Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopijana Yashodanandana Brajadana Rangana Yashodanandana Brajadana Rangana Jamuna Tira Banantari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajadana Rangana Yashodanandana Brajadana Rangana Jamuna Tira Vanantari Jamuna Tira Vanantari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagatsajasto Tarasatta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Chiraboy Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Nanta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Skandi Biti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Namacharya Srila Hridas Thakur Ki
Jai.
Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Harinama Sankirtana Ki
Jai.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki
Jai.
Dainitai Gaura Pimanande
Hare
All glorious to the assembled devotees
Krishna.
All glorious to the assembled devotees
Hare Krishna.
To gloire de vos assemblées
Hare Krishna.
All glorious to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga All glorious I will read you before we start a Bhagavatam class. It's in French, so I'll read as we normally do, sentence by sentence, just a short. This is what we were discussing a few minutes ago. This Bhaktin Michelin in the province of Quebec, who just left her body, and Pierre, they were both practicing Krishna consciousness. He wrote the following. I'll read in French first, little practice for your French, and then I'll translate. Micheline nous a doucement quittés ce matin à 10h30. Micheline left us peacefully this morning at 10:30. Dans l'amour et la lumière, in love and what is it? Lumière.
Yeah. Brightness.
In brightness.
Light.
In light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Means,
Shyness.
Aura. Like aura.
with, yeah. It can mean different things, actually.
Yes.
But it's all positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comme emporté par une rivière divine qu'on m'a bien fait sentir. As if transported in a divine river, which I was able to experience or feel. Hearing the Mahamantra and the voice, transcendental voice of Srila Prabhupada. Au son du Mahamantra et de la voix transcendantale de Prabhupada. Son souffle s'est aussitôt définitivement arrêté. Hearing the transcendental sound vibration of the Mahamantra as sung by Srila Prabhupada, she gave her last breath. Just very quickly like this. Merci infiniment pour ce divin accompagnement dont Micheline vous est profondément reconnaissante. Thank you very much for this divine association that Micheline is deeply appreciating or deeply yes. So just a short, again, Hare Krishna and Hare Bol, like that. I don't need to translate that.
He also becomes a poet.
Hein?
He becomes a poet. Lui-même, il est devenu poète.
Ah, oui. Kavi.
Yeah.
Kavi means one of the qualities of a devotee. He is uh, poetic. Poetic. Nicely, these are new devotees. So it means that Krishna consciousness is so potent that even at early stage, I remember one disciple, very young, these are fairly young people, young disciple of one, I think maybe Indradumna Maharaj, also in a similar kind of, situation, but just because one understands, very clearly, I'm not this body. I'm a spirit soul, and Krishna is there. He exists, and he's going to look after me. That kind of understanding and conviction, then Bhaja Huri Mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charandara Vindali. We can meet without fear what is most fearful for the vast majority of conditioned souls. Yeah. So we can dedicate our Bhagavatam class for her well-being this morning. And that means we should all try to hear nicely, attentively, what is going to be conveyed. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Taksurmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Sri Vishakanditam Shyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara Narayan Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesabhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Puranam Brahmasamitam
Puranam Brahmasamitam
Uttama Shloka Charitam
Uttama Sloka Charitam
Sakara Bhagavan Rishi
Sakara Bhagavan Rishi
Nishreyasaya Lokasya
Nishreyasaya Lokasya
Dhanyam Swasyaya Namaha.
Dhanyam Sasaya Namaha.
This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God as Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Asradhyaya Namaha
Om Asurabhyaya Namaha
Om Asradhyaya Namaha
Om Asurabhyaya Namaha
Om Asradhyaya Namaha
Om Asurabhyaya Namaha
Mukam karoti vasalam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. We are continuing from Canto number 1, chapter 11, entitled Lord Krishna's Entrance into Dwarka. Text number 26, which seems to have, fairly long purport. Sriyo
Shriyo
Nivaso
Nivaso
Yasyoraha
Yasyuraha
Pana
Pana
Patram
Patram
Mukham
Mukham
Drisham
Disham
Bahavo
Bhavo
Loka
Loka
Palanam
Saranam
Saranganam
Saranganam
Padambujam
Padambujam
Padambujam Sriyo Nivaso Yasyora
Shriyo Nivaso Yasyura
Sriyo Nivaso Yasyora
Shriyo Nivaso Yasyura
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Bahavo Lokapalanam
Bhavo Lokapalanam
Saranganam Padambujam
Saranganam Padambujam
Sriyo Nivaso Yasyora
Shriyo Nivaso Yasyura
Tanam Patram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Bahavo Lokapalanam
Bhavo Lokapalanam
Saranganam padam bujam.
Sāraṅganam padam bhujam.
Shriyo nivaso yasyuraha.
Shriyo nivaso yasyuraha.
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Mahavolokapalanam.
Saranganam padam bujam.
Sāraṅganam padam bhujam.
Shriyo Nivaso Yeshora
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Bahavo Lokapalanam
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Saranganam Padam Bhujam
Saranganam padam bujam.
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Shriyo nivaso sasyura.
Panapatra mukham drisham.
Panapatram mukham.
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Sarangdana padabhujam.
Saranganam padam bujam.
Shriyo Nivaso Yeshora
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Bahavo Lokapalanam
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Saranganam Padam Bhujam
Saranganam padam bujam.
Shriyo nivaso yasyora.
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Panapatra mukham drisham.
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Bahavo
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Sāraṅgam padam bhujam.
Saranganam padam bujam.
Shriyo Nivaso Yasyoraha
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Bahavo Lokapalanam
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Sāraṅganam Padam Bhujam
Saranganam padam bujam. Shriyo nivaso yasyura. Panapatram mukham drisham. Bahavo lokapalanam. Saranganam padam bujam. Shriyo nivaso yasyura. Panapatram mukham drisham. Bahavo lokapalanam. Saranganam padam bujam.
Shriyo Nivaso Yashora
Shriyo nivaso yasyura.
Panapatram Mukham Drisham
Panapatram mukham drisham.
Lokapalanam
Bahavo lokapalanam.
Saranganam Padam Bhujam
Saranganam padam bujam. Shriyaha.
Shriya.
Of the goddess of fortune.
The goddess of fortune.
Nivasaha.
Nivasa.
Residential place.
Residential place.
Yasya.
Yasya.
One whose.
One whose.
Uraha.
Uraha.
Chest.
Chest.
Panapatram.
Panapatram.
The drinking pot.
The drinking pot.
Mukham.
Mukham.
Face.
Face.
Drisham.
Drisham.
Of eyes.
Of eyes.
Bahavaha.
Bhava.
The arms.
The arms.
Lokapalanam.
Lokapalanam.
Of the administrative demigods.
Of the administrative demigods.
Saranganam.
Saranganam.
Of the devotees who talk and sing.
Of the devotees who talk and sing.
Of the essence of substance.
Of the essence of substance.
The essence of substance. This is quite profound. The essence of substance. Padam ambujam.
Padam ambujam.
The lotus feet.
The lotus feet.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Raghava Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Sāram. The Lord's chest is the abode of the goddess of fortune. His moon-like face is the drinking vessel for eyes which hanker after all that is beautiful. His arms are the resting places for the administrative demigods, and his lotus feet are the refuge of pure devotees who never talk or sing of any subject except his lordship. Kindly repeat after me. The Lord's chest
Lord's chest
is the abode
is the abode
of the goddess of fortune.
of the goddess of fortune.
His moon-like face
His moon-like face
is the drinking vessel
is a drinking vessel.
for eyes which hanker
Your eyes which hanker
after all
after all
that is beautiful.
that is beautiful.
His arms are the resting places
His arms are the resting places
for the administrative demigods,
for the administrative demigods,
and his lotus feet
and his lotus feet
are the refuge
are the refuge
of pure devotees
of pure devotees
who never talk or sing
who never talk or sing
of any subject
of any subject
except his lordship.
except his lordship.
Purport. There are different classes of human beings, all seeking different enjoyments from different objects. There are persons who are seeking after the favor of the goddess of fortune, and for them, the Vedic literatures give information that the Lord is always served with all reverence by thousands and thousands of goddesses of fortune at the Chintamani Dham. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha
Ramani prakara sarva sukalpa vrisha.
Rakshabhitesu surabhirabhipalayantam
Ashravitesu surabhi abhipalayantam.
Lakshmi sahasrasata sambrama sevyamanam
Lakshmi sahasrata sambrahma sevyamam.
Govindam adipurusam tamaham bhajami. First is hearing, Sravanam. Govindam adipurusam tamaham bhajami.
Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami.
And to continue the sentence, what is Chintamani? The transcendental abode of the Lord, where the trees are all desire trees, and the buildings are made of touchstone. The Lord Govinda is engaged there in herding the Surabhi cows. I just noticed the package that you brought. Actually, I didn't notice because I lit one this morning. It's a Surabhi incense. Yeah, from Ramachandra Mat. Yeah, they're very much promoting. Yeah, that Swami there has been involved in Gogram Yatra and so many things. Yeah. You visited? Did you visit? That?
Yes, I visited.
Yeah, I visited
The
those.
first conference, cow protection conference.
Yeah. There are many people in India who are into, promoting and very active in cow protection in many different ways, either having conferences or making different cow products. One nice package, a few packages of, because I was reading the label and then I saw Ramachandra, Mat, Sri Ramachandra Mat, I think something, yeah, and the name is like Surabhi, the name of the project. So anyway, Surabhi is coming in the purport here. So the Lord Govinda, normally we say Lord Govinda, but the Lord Govinda is engaged there in herding the Surabhi cows as his natural occupation. It's not a part-time job. It's like a full natural, and it's natural also, yeah. Most people nowadays are not engaged in natural occupation. Most people are not engaged in their prescribed duties. Although one may think, well, I have a job, I have a job, but is it a Vedic job? Is it a Vedic prescribed duty? Actually, it's not. The vast majority of people, and what is unfortunate, of course, is that the vast majority of our own devotees are not engaged in actually Vedic prescribed duties. The vast majority of our own devotees don't understand what is actually Vedic prescribed duties. There's prescribed duties, and the meaning actually is Vedic prescribed duties. Prescribed duties is not you get a letter of appointment for this job or that job. I have to go to work every day. That's not prescribed. And that's like a fundamental principle and concept that we find in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, prescribed duties. Those are covered actually, especially in the 7th canto, Narada Muni. The last chapter, chapter 15, prescribed duties for human beings, for all of human mankind. He summarizes, Narada Muni summarizes after going into detail from the 11th chapter. He begins by the perfect society, 4 social divisions. Then chapter 12, perfect society, 4 spiritual divisions, the varnas, then ashrams, and then ideal family life, etc. And summarizes prescribed duties. So unless we properly or attentively read, especially Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we will not understand that there is such a thing as prescribed duties. Prescribed duties prescribed by who? Prescribed by Krishna, prescribed by Shastra. Hmm? Recommend. Yes. That always quoting that verse, especially, which is directly connected with Surabhi. Yeah. Krishna's natural occupation. Why our occupation should be different from Krishna's natural occupation? We think we know better than Krishna how to be occupied. So the Lord Govinda is engaged there in Chintamani Dham in herding the Surabhi cows as his natural occupation. And in Chintamani Dham, these goddesses of fortune can be seen automatically if we are attracted by the bodily features of the Lord. If we're not attracted to the bodily features of the Lord, we'll be attracted to other people's bodily features. That's the problem. Because we cannot avoid attraction. We have to be attracted to something or someone. Because that is innate. That is, attraction is the essence, actually. Krishna is all attractive. That attractive, that ability or tendency of attraction cannot be avoided. It is built in, it is innate, it is within us, which is actually a reflection of love. Love means attraction, actually. So Prabhupada is telling here, these goddesses of fortune can be seen automatically if we are attracted by the bodily features of the Lord. The impersonalists cannot observe such goddesses of fortune because of their dry speculative habit. And those who are artists, some information for artists here, if anyone's an artist. And for those who are artists, overtaken by the beautiful creation, should better see to the beautiful face of the Lord for complete satisfaction. The face of the Lord is the embodiment of beauty, isn't it? When we take darshan, like something very wonderful actually, like this Krishna and Balaram. I used to take darshan of this Krishna and Balaram when they were in Shimoga and Govinda Prabhu's parents' house in Hyderabad. When this same Krishna Balaram came here, something happened. Govinda Prabhu's cousin sister, Apara Bhakti Mataji, we sent her a picture of these Krishna Balaram. She said, "This is the same Krishna Balaram." He also knows because from the very beginning, I mean, Rameshwar Prabhu. And it's like transformative practically. We're talking about the bodily features. It's, one of our devotees, Abhay Prabhu. Because we share the photo and very closely connected with our project here. So he was telling me, I send these pictures of Krishna Balaram because every day we actually share pictures. And he said, I share them to many of my friends. And they write back to me, where are these deities? Where are these beautiful deities? I mean, it's not because they're here and, they just are very attractive. Balaram especially. Krishna also. Don't want to get actually, he was telling also about, he has a good sense of observation. He was telling that I used to especially think that Balaram is very attractive. And Krishna is also becoming more and more attractive. And that's also partly because, our Rajasekar Prabhu is very attentive and meticulous, nicely decorating. And also because we have devotees like Devin Krishna Prabhu, who sent some nice, some dresses, nice backdrop. Recently he came actually from Chicago. He left a few days back. And he brought some jewelry because they have very unique deities in Chicago. Kishora, Kishori. Yeah. Kishora, Kishori. You know about these deities? They're the only deities where normally we say Radha and Krishna. Kishori, Kishora. But this is Kishora, Kishori. And Prabhupada was asked, why Kishora? Then Prabhupada, he made the following comment. Here, because we are saving the best for the last. There's an expression that you keep, like in the Bible, I forget on which occasion, on the Catholic, okay. there's this a pastime of serving the wine, and then they ran out of wine. Then they got some more wine, and that wine was the best wine. So they were keeping the best wine for the last. In those days, they didn't have water; they had to drink wine, like in France. So, so they have so many dresses for those deities, and so they're changing all the time. I think any temple that's been around for some time where they have like deities, naturally, you know, we offer new dress for Janmashtami, a new dress for Gopurnima, like that. So you end up having a big wardrobe. So he's been kind to send some of those here, and so that has added, actually. Of course, Krishna himself is, the beauty is coming from Krishna himself, but so yeah, the face of the Lord, we should not immediately look at the face of the Lord, but there's a whole explanation in the Bhagavatam, starting by looking at the lotus feet and rising gradually, and that's how it's nicely describing that the Bhagavatam is like that. And in many ways, Krishna consciousness also is that there's a gradual, as we go through the Bhagavatam, then the first canto, second canto are the lotus feet of the Lord, and then the beautiful face of the Lord comes in the 10th canto. The 10th canto of the Bhagavatam. So it's a gradual kind of, you could say, meditation. So Prabhupada is addressing the artists of the world who are attracted by the beauty of Mother Nature. Mother Nature actually is very attractive. Sunrise, sunset. I mean, people, they pay a lot of money, they travel to just, like in Indonesia, there's a place you can see beautiful sunrise. And they wait for hours. People are attracted to beauty, naturally. But they don't know that the source of that beauty is Krishna. Krishna's lotus face, Krishna's lotus smile, Krishna's lotus everything. Yeah. The face of the Lord is the embodiment of beauty. The embodiment of beauty. What they call beautiful nature is but his smile. So we can see Krishna smiling all the time. Prabhupada also said, every flower is Krishna smiling, is a smile of Krishna. Krishna smiling. We want Krishna to smile more and more. We have to plant more flowers. And then we have to water the flowers. Otherwise Krishna stops smiling. What they call beautiful nature is but his smile, and what they call the sweet songs of the birds are but specimens, wow, of the whispering voice of the Lord. We hear a lot of whispering. Krishna is whispering a lot in our place, actually. Sometimes during Bhagavatam, it's like birds who stay for a long time, as if, we don't know who's in that body. We're in Mayapur after all, Sages, sadhus are attracted to holy places. And they take on different bodies. Maybe some demigods also. Sweet songs of the birds are but specimens of the whispering voice of the Lord. So when we hear birds singing, Krishna is whispering something. through the birds. There are administrative demigods in charge of departmental service of cosmic management, and there are tiny administrative gods in the in the state service with a small g. Small g. We think we are big manager of patron membership, or manager of this, or president of that, or director of a I have my card, my business card. We think we get puffed up so easily. Yeah. So the big managers are those who are managing the affairs of Krishna in the material world. They're called demigods. And we are sometimes put in positions of being tiny. We're very tiny, yeah. Then Prabhupada continues describing the demigods. They are always afraid of other competitors. But if they take shelter of the arms of the Lord can protect them always from the attacks of enemies. That's the condition of the tiny administrative gods here on our planet, and even of administrative demigods in the heavenly planet. A faithful servant of the Lord engaged in the service of administration is the ideal executive head and can well protect the interests of the people in general. Other so-called administrators are symbols of anachronisms leading to the acute distress of the people who are governed by them. The administrators can remain safely under the protection of the arms of the Lord. So it means if we are administrators representing Krishna, serving Krishna, then we are protected by the Lord. But if we are playing the role of administrators, then it's a different situation, which causes distress. Yeah, it means the art or the science of, this is like Kshatriya, no? Administrators is the responsibility of people who are meant to be proper governors. The essence of everything is the Supreme Lord. He is called the sāram. What are different meanings of sāram? Essence. Means like juice, essence. Yeah. I think
The quality of
sāraṅganam. The word sāraṅganam proper translates the essence of substance. Interesting. Substance.
Means many substances, many essential substance.
Yes.
Out of that
Huh?
The sara is many saras.
Yeah.
Many essences. Out of that, actually, means many essences.
Okay, and the main, yeah, the essence of substance.
Essence of the substance.
Yeah. And so Prabhupada continues, yeah, the essence of everything is the Supreme Lord. Yeah. He is called the sāram, and those who sing and talk about him are called the sāraṅgas, sāraṅgas, or the pure devotees. Sāraṅga. So there's Saranga Thakur, Saranga. The pure devotees are always hankering after the lotus feet of the Lord. The lotus has a kind of honey, which is transcendentally relished by the devotees. Lotus has honey. I didn't know.
Just came in my mind.
Huh?
Just now came in my mind. Is this lotus has honey?
Well, here it says the lotus has a kind of honey.
This essence of the birds they or the bees they take that.
Every flower has honey,
Every flower has.
isn't it? Otherwise, why the
Actually
bird?
do that quite and
The honey
Yeah.
used to go thousands of flowers to collect 40 grams of honey in their lifetime. One honeybee.
Yes, yes. That is
So-
their specialty. So because lotus is very special, and so yeah, in all flowers there is substance of honey. I mean, yes, that's how the birds collect. The lotus has a kind of honey which is transcendentally relished by the devotees. But I think beyond that substance, because we connect lotus to Krishna, no? The spiritual world, Chintamani Dham, is in the form of a lotus. And we speak about the lotus feet of the Lord, the lotus smile of the Lord, everything lotus, because lotus has a special significance. In a place like Cambodia, it's like remarkable because they have many ponds and full of lotuses, like pink lotus, blue lotus, different color lotus, yellow. And on the side of the road, they sell the lotus. You can, because you can eat, you know. Where do huh? Seed, the lotus seed,
Makana. Full makana.
makana, full makana. Makan means eating, no? Oh, it means lotus. Oh, there's makhan and makan. Well, time to break fast. Yeah. They are like the bees who are always after the honey. Yes. We have to become bee-like. Bhagavatam gives that example as opposed to be. We have to become bee-like as opposed to
Housefly.
Huh?
Housefly.
Horsefly.
Housefly. Fly.
Fly, yeah. There's different kinds of flies,
Yes.
but all of them are opposite to bees.
Yes.
Why?
Because fly choose dirty
Oh,
places.
filthy
Yes,
things.
yes, filthy. We have to, so devotees are meant to be like bee, like bees. Yeah, looking for the nectar. Those are materialistic people. They don't know about nectar. Yeah. Srila Rupa Goswami, the great devotee Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, has sung a song about this lotus honey, comparing himself to the bee. Quote, "O my Lord Krishna, I beg to offer my prayers unto you. My mind is like the bee, and it is after some honey. Kindly therefore give my bee mind a place at your lotus feet, which are the resources for all transcendental honey. I know that even big demigods like Brahma do not see the rays of the nails of your lotus feet, even though they are engaged in deep meditation for years together. Still, O infallible one, my ambition is such, for you are very merciful to your surrendered devotees. O Madhava, I know also that I have no genuine devotion for the service of your lotus feet, but because your lordship is inconceivably powerful, you can do what is impossible to be done. Your lotus feet can deride even the nectar of the heavenly kingdom, and therefore I am very much attracted by them. O Supreme Eternal, please, therefore, let my mind be fixed at your lotus feet, so that eternally I may be able to relish the taste of your transcendental service. Transcendental service. What is the essence of bhakti? That's a tricky question. What is the essence of bhakti?
To serve the lotus feet of Godhead.
Service. 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 When we are fully engaged in service, then yes, then Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem means service. Seva. The residents of Vrindavan are constantly engaged in seva. That is Nitya Lila. Every day, Radha Krishna Seva Pavo. Abhilas. Our desire is to render service. Not only to Srimati Radharani, but service. Yeah. And last few lines. The devotees are satisfied with being placed at the lotus feet of the Lord and have no ambition to see his all beautiful face or aspire for the protection of the strong arms of the Lord. They are humble by nature, and the Lord is always leaning towards such humble devotees. Krishna is leaning towards his humble devotees. If you want Krishna to lean on you, you become humble devotee. Yeah, Balaram's always leaning on Krishna. Yeah. I think many of these purports, I think I might have read them a long time ago, but I think that maybe some of them I may not have read. I don't know. Because when our first generation, it's like all the books were not out when we joined, most of us. Because in 1975, when Prabhupada came to Montreal, so the fifth canto had come out. Fifth canto was just describing the cosmology, and then at the end also the hellish planets. So it's like, because when I read and hear some of these purports, it's as if I'm hearing it for the first time, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's really the first time I'm hearing or not. No, it's really, yeah, because it takes a long time to go through the Bhagavatam, and sometimes I think that I didn't read certain portions because we get so caught up in so many preaching activities, etc., like that. So that's why it's just like Prabhupada, he would say, kindly allow me to not be involved in administration, so I can finish the Bhagavatam. You know? Yeah. So when one, how much time are we taking every day to hear the Bhagavatam? Those of us who are hearing the Bhagavatam every day, which we should be doing, and those who are actually just not sitting in class but attentively sitting in class, hearing the Bhagavatam, and trying to nicely hear, attentively hear, because that's mentioned here. The essence of all things, the essence of all beauty, the essence of all attraction is Krishna. Krishna's lotus face. But then Prabhupada concludes here, we're not even interested. The devotees are satisfied by being placed at the lotus feet of the Lord, have no ambition to see his all beautiful face. Although we should take darshan of the Lord's beautiful face, but a devotee is satisfied simply
by seeing lotus feet of the
huh?
Lord. By seeing lotus feet of the Lord.
Yes. And also simply interested in serving those lotus feet, not only seeing them, and serving those lotus feet. And what does service mean? Like Hanumanji. Yes, yes, yes,
Yes, yes.
yes, yes. Any service? How many people ask that question? Any service for me? I don't get so many letters like that. Really. Rare. And I immediately respond to those letters. Very rare. Because, yeah.
They're afraid.
Yes. One should not come too close, actually, to the spiritual master. At the same time, one should not be too distant. Some devotees actually, without properly understanding, keep too far away. Some actually purposely avoid because they know if I come too close, something might happen. Yeah. A very nice purport. So any questions or comments? I was sharing this morning, before you came, how one still like new devotee just recently our Hridoy Chaitanya, who was here, he informed me that one young couple had been practicing for some time. Mataji was not yet initiated, but cancer, living, I mean, terminal cancer, and so they wanted me to he wanted me to call them. They wanted me to call them actually, which I did, and I was just conveying how I was able to speak to her, and she actually spoke also, but she was very weak. Anyways, I was just conveying how even so she passed away actually just like a few hours back, but very content, even though just new devotee practically, which means that which means that even in our early, even without practicing for a long time, if we have understood that philosophy, then Krishna is there to protect, and her her husband wrote back in very nicely. I read it to the devotees, saying that she passed very peacefully, and everything was, because she was hearing Prabhupada, she was hearing the Mahamantra, and in the last couple of days, actually, two of my godbrothers passed away. One of them is Nanda Kumar. You may not have. He was Prabhupada's servant actually for some time. I believe in Hawaii or something, and yeah. We are meant to keep in mind that this material world is padam padam yadi padam. Natesham. Actually, for those who are engaged in Krishna service, then it's padam padam, but not the same. Means because we know that Krishna is there actually to protect his devotees, even though his devotees at some point also have to face that inevitable moment of leaving the body. So therefore we need to develop some kind of attraction, some kind of desire to know more about, or to appreciate more, or to serve more the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah. The mode of passion is kicking in.
Yes.
It happens every time. Yes. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Gaur Pimanandi.
Hari Hari Bol.
Devotees Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.